Hello. Why did I hit that 3 times before it would even? Whatever. Welcome, bottom of the bounce, whatever number this is, because I am not keeping up and I need to be better about that. Welcome back. So I told you on the last one that I was going to Texas school. I was so lucky to be able to go. And so this is my follow-up. I spent my week at Texas school, and I worked up until I literally went from work to Texas school. I worked up until that moment, and then I was at the school for an entire week almost, and came home and had work the next morning. So this is my first day that I have had where I can breathe a little bit, because I've worked every day since then. So I haven't had a day off in a couple of weeks, which I know people do that. I know. So I was on a working scholarship at Texas school, and let me tell you, they mean it when they say working scholarship. And I know that. It's the third time that I did it. And I love it. It is actually, though, the first time that I realized how great it is to be working for something that you love that much. Working that hard for what you love, which is what I always did in my photography business. And Texas school is something that I hugely love because it has given so much to me and so much to the business that I ran for so long and I'm still trying to get back to. And it's a gift to work that hard for something that is that great, that has given so much to you. That part was amazing. I think I even said in the last thing, if not, I definitely said to a few people, there was a reason I needed to be at Texas school. I knew it was horrible timing. I knew it was going to be hard to take a week off of work when I'm trying to make money, and I took PTO, but it's sales. So, I knew this was a tough decision to make to go this year. And I also, everything in my soul was telling me I needed to be there. So now that I've been back for a week and I've been reflecting a lot, I've been resting, I've been really reflecting, I've been journaling, I've been meditating a lot, I have taken a step, because while I was there and while I got a break from my normal life to a degree, I got to kind of look at each thing almost like a movie, right? I'm looking at the photography world, which I feel so disconnected from because I'm working all the time. I'm looking at my work life that isn't the life I want at all. That seems like somebody else's life, but I get to step out and see it. I get to step away from caregiving stuff and feel what I don't get a chance to just breathe through and feel. So I got to kind of step away at this school and look at all of these aspects of my life, which was, I think, needed, right? We all need to take a minute and make sure that we're doing the right things in our life. We're what do we want to fix? What do we love? What do we want to change? Because we all have those things. It's you don't have to be in my situation to do that. So that in itself was a gift, to have a week to just look, right? The first thing, obviously, that I felt was a social thing. These are friends I haven't seen for a year. And at Texas school, I have made some of my best friends. I have friends that I feel like I will have for the rest of my life. I have friends that, they were seasonal friends. They came and they went. And I have some that I will have until I die. And I think each has beauty in it, right? So I got to go back to Texas school to the people I haven't seen in a year. And sometimes I always, I think most of the time I'm so lucky. I have friends, I have Zoom calls, I'm still connecting, I'm making sure of it because I'm like a bulldog on that. I need that. And it also reminded me oh my God, there is nothing like just human connection. Zoom is great, but human connection is priceless, because my life is, I tell you guys what's going on because it's easy to keep you updated. It's pretty much people that know me that watch this. It's not like I have 1,000 people that are watching my stuff. I don't know that I want that, because people are mean on the internet, and I don't need any mean. None. When it is, I'm dealing with so much right now. Life feels a little mean anyhow. My husband is sick. The bills are trying to get paid. My business took such a dip that I'm having to start over, basically. I got this other job. It's far away. We can go on all of the, like, life feels a little mean sometimes. So I don't need 1,000 people watching this, because I don't need the mean. There's already a person or two that watch it just so they can be mean. And I see you. Other than that, it's people that actually care about us. So I'm grateful for that. I am grateful to be able to tell you what's going on and update you on what's going on. I am grateful for my Zoom calls where I get to connect with people and be inspired by people. But at Texas School, where I got to actually hug those people and feel their energy and have longer conversations than a Zoom and laugh until we cried at things that happened. And oh my God, I've missed that over the past year so much. So where I got to step back from life, I also got to embrace some of the most important things in life. I mean, I have one girlfriend that I got to connect with her, where we really have gotten to know each other more over Zoom. And I just got to spend all the time with her, and gold, I tell you, gold when it comes to reconnecting with people. There was the element where I've been disconnected from that world. You know, I'm not connecting as much. And so, you know, you have parties going on that I wasn't invited to. Everybody's going to this room. I wasn't invited to that room. Or, you know, there was that was kind of a jolt. I've never felt that before. I've never experienced that before. So there was kind of like, oh, I'm not invited. Wow, I'm disconnected. And maybe I needed to see that, right? I've got to do better about that. If it is what I want, I have to do better. And because I don't think it was anything mean or personal. I'm just not part of those things anymore, and I need to do better. So that was a learning thing, although being grateful for being around everyone, being able to view my life. The other part of it was, forget the class that I took. We're going to get to that in a minute. But the people in the class, there were caretakers. There were people that were caretakers that were running their own photography businesses, that talked about how hard it is to run your own business and be a caretaker full time. There were people that were taking care of their moms, their dads, I'm taking care of my husband. And they talked about the difficulty level, the emotional difficulty, all of it, how hard it is. I've never had that mirror up where it was somebody else doing what I'm doing, and forget the running a business and being a caretaker, but trying to restart a business that you had while being a caretaker, while you're doing bankruptcy, while you're dealing with taxes, while you have another job and you're away from home. Holy crap, they acknowledged this part was so hard, right? Just this part. And it was really great to have a week where I talked to people where I didn't feel like I had to go, I'm doing all I can do. I'm doing the best I can do. I'm doing everything I can do. Because I have said that so much over the past 3 years, and defensively, right? A lot of times it's defensive. I know I'm doing everything I can do. And, somebody throwing jabs, and you're like, oh, well then help. But, or be nice. That would be helpful. So it was nice to have people that I didn't have to be defensive. They knew I was doing everything I could do. They knew it. They saw it. They live it. I didn't even tell them any part of my story beyond that, because it was enough. It was enough to know that. Yeah, I'm taking care of my husband, and yeah, I'm here. I know we have photography businesses. nothing else needed to be said. There was just this extension of understanding and appreciation, and you just feel, I don't know, what is the word, like verified, I don't know what the word, I got just, I'm validated. That is the word. I'm validated that I'm doing a hard thing right now. And you know what? If Rich was there with the people that they were caretaking, he would be validated that, my God, he's doing the hardest thing right now. But he's trying to stay alive. He's trying to stay alive and get a kidney and get disability. Like, he's pulling his end as much as he can, as much as I am, right? So very validating just to realize these are hard things, which sounds dumb that we would need validation. It seems like we would just know that. We do know that. But it's also validating that we're not being cut down over it, like, why can't you do more? Why can't you fix it faster? Oh my God. That was as much gold as connecting with friends and getting a bird's eye view of my life. Like, these 3 things were priceless, right? Here's the other thing. Then the class that I chose to take was 2 of my favorite people in the world. The best of friends to me. And I had taken this class numerous times. And to hear the messages being said that I had heard in one form or another, but now hearing them from this perspective now, I was so inspired. I left with so many ideas, not only business ideas, but creative ideas. And hearing ideas when you're also getting validation and you have this support system around you is just like a witch's brew that's going to make a potion that makes everything okay, right? Like, you really leave feeling that everything's okay. Everything's going to be fine because I have people backing me. I have ideas that I know I can absolutely implement with a little finagling. And I'm valid. You know what? I am doing a hard thing and I am doing all I can do. And people see that, right? Like, maybe not everybody sees that, but the people that are going through what I'm going through are acknowledging we are doing some shit and it ain't easy. And we didn't even have to talk about it. None of us talked about the details of our lives, because I am quite sure with each person I could sit down and we could talk for 3 hours about the other layers of what we're going through and the layers of who they're caretaking and what they're going through. I get that. And I don't know their stories and they don't know my story. But how great is it to acknowledge that we're just going through a hard thing? All we needed were those 2 things. We're doing this and we're doing this. It's freaking hard. So leaving with validation, support, and ideas and inspiration, yeah, that's why I needed to be there that week. That was why I needed to be there that week. It was gold. It was platinum. It was, I don't know, what's the most priceless thing in the world. It was that. Yeah, I was exhausted. It was like this kind of emotional, like, rawness that happens because my life is so different than it was last year when I was at Texas school. Although a little similar, it's very different. You know what? Last year at Texas school, I hadn't been through bankruptcy. Last year at Texas school, I had just gotten my stuff out of the studio. I had just lost the big studio. And so I had been jolted already. But I thought I was just going to keep going with the whole photography thing. I hadn't been told to get a job. I hadn't been told why can't you get a better job than the one that you got while you're working 12 hours a day. I hadn't put 12 hours a day into another job with, running on empty at home because I've got a husband that needs some, but I'm trying to start this, but I'm dealing with I had not started on all of that yet. I didn't even know what this year was going to hold. I thought I was still in a place. I lost my studio. The hell am I going to do? My husband's sick. We're working through it. Well, now we're a whole nother year of sickness and other things that have happened. And so it you know what? This year definitely was like, oh, we have things to do. And, you know, it's been a lot this year. I didn't know last year what was in store for me. And you know what? Same. I don't know what's in store for me for next year. Please, universe, make it easier. But that was why I had to go. So this entire, we're going to do like the number 3 of gratitude right now, right? It was a week I needed. It was connection I needed. It was inspiration I needed. It was support I needed. It was validation I needed. And man, you know what? It was working hard, but for my world, you know, like I'll work hard for Texas School. Of course I will. Do you know what they've done for me? They have taught me things. They have given me friendships. They have like, oh my God. Yeah. I may get frustrated and I may be sleepy and emotionally raw and gripey, but I'm gonna freaking do it. I'm gonna do it. And you know what? Sometimes I get gripey and emotionally raw when I have to, I don't know, work on bankruptcy crap. I promise you. I do. Or taxes or paying bills. None of that is fun. Working hard is still working hard, but my God, is it better when you're doing it for something you love. And so, yeah, Texas School and photography, the art world. Yes, I am loving it. So I wanted to update you because I think I had said there's some reason that I need to be there. And so this whole, 15 minutes, 17 minutes, however long it's been, that was why I needed to be there. I am in a whole different headspace at this point. I'm going to be way more intentional. I have already begun it. I am getting up. I am moving. I am doing my miracle morning again. I know it's been 2.5 minutes and I get that, but you know what? I've been doing it. I have been journaling. I am being very mindful, very intentional because that needle is refocused on where we want to go. Right? And I'm ready to go there. I am ready to go there. And it's going to take baby steps to get there. So I'm going to be doing some stuff. And man, I hope the whole universe hears me say, I better never say, I'm doing all I can do again, defensively. If I'm explaining, man, I'm doing all I can do, it's going to be said. But if I'm having to feel defensive, no. I have friends and I have support and I have inspiration and I have everything I need. I don't have to be defensive about what I'm doing. I don't have to explain to somebody that I'm doing all I can do. I hope they will give me the grace to know that I am. I hope they will give my husband the grace to know that he is. It might not be what you would do. Maybe you're Superman and you can do everything. But I'm freaking Wonder Woman. And I'm doing all I can do. And now I'm going to go make magic happen. But there's your update. Boop. And I will see you guys soon.